I'ma keep going like you know I got to. My mind say, fam, they tryna stop you. You the child of God, why they wanna block you? Trust in who you know he got you. And listen to lies, I'ma listen to the truth. I'm a bit dog on these tracks, I said the roof. Christ on earth, he himself is the proof. They done crossed me up, but forgot to tie their shoes. I guess sometimes just to win, they had to lose. Is the earth full of nice fakes? I'm mad confused. When you sin against me, ain't feel no love from you. That was cold. I was stuck in a life, ain't even know what to do. That was cold. Besides put my trust in God, that shot you. There you go. Niggas hating on him, shit, I be jealous too. Let that sink in. The jealousy seat that man in. They shut up the kingdom of heaven. Pharisees is why you can't get in. I can only lead you to the voice. Anyone against him.
And everybody that truly descend from Abraham, they rejoice when they see this Melchizedek. This Melchizedek that's walking among them, as the Melchizedek in the prophetic writings was among Abraham, to give him the bread and wine, to restore the order back to Abraham, and get Abraham from the outer worship that we Abraham descendants are a part of.
Hey, I got a quick question for the leaders and teachers.
What's going on, Chico?
If God gonna save us, which one of the teachers is proclaiming to be God? Last time I checked, none of them. That's why I told you I am deep. Salute to the real ones.
All of y'all die if I ain't this Bible, cause a lot of killers not become disciples. And Jesus working in the flesh, putting while they coming at them with a text. Putting if they open that Bible, they fall on their face, cause they cannot unseal it, they out of their place. I went to heaven for information, so I'm laughing at rappers who bragging on Satan. My Sabbath don't end, it's a revocation. The kingdom of heaven is your invitation. How many teachers gon' teach? You think you preaching, that's not how you preach. They just be yelling and gnashing their teeth. It kinda sound like they in trouble to me. Eat off the flow, but it's not bittersweet. The scriptures they be calling prophecy meat. So at your feast days, what do you eat? A dead body or the life of the king? Y'all just Judah and see. You know what I mean? John Chapter 63. Ain't took a loss since I started winning. I'm fearless, I done went gently with it. Big dog, but I move like I'm flea flicking. That's the anime ball for some family members. We come in various flavors with the salt of the earth. Victory occupation. They got their private interpretations. It's time to see y'all just Judah is greater. We got a living Messiah. Let's silence the liars on y'all do fire, but let's build the empire. Grip on the game and we didn't need pliers. It's gonna be electric, we down to the wire. If she got a spirit, she bad in the Maya. They don't get that joke like that wasn't inside it. It's not about her looks, it's about what is inside her. Wall in my way, I react like a spider. I don't transform on my optimism, but it's breaking from heaven. Don't sleep in the diner. The diner you spit is what really refine it. You a lost sheep, let the living Christ find you. Basically, you need to stop being a hider. You know who the Lord do, I need to remind you. He not a son, he gon' have to deny you. So many false prophets, they just tryna blind you. They ready for every victim. We got the word of God that to heal them. If they try to kill us, we might have to kill them. It's a spiritual war with a sword we lifting. Y'all just do the Jordan and justice pimping. Tore hitters apart when I started ripping. But since they broke down, now it's time to lift them. This just a bonus that come with living. You ever seen Kim Possible fail a mission? I'm just saying it's impossible to fail this mission. This like God while the hell kitchen. Nigga look at the heat like it's getting chilly. Not to keep 1K but a whole million. I walk the streets like Lil Wayne the Millie. This next line got God in it. Y'all just do this the one by the Father's Spirit. You done got beat numb if you don't feel it. We'll clear the sickness like a penicillin. We'll raise the dead while they still living. How you follow the voice if you don't hear that? We come in various flavors, the salt of the earth. Victory occupation. They got their private interpretations. It's time to see y'all just Judah is greater. We got a living Messiah. Let's silence the liars on y'all just fire. So let's build the empire. Grip on the game and we didn't use pliers. It's gonna be electric. We down to the wire.
Now, if the sheep is supposed to hear the voice, or if the sheep is waiting for the voice, then why do they tell us to study scriptures? Something to ponder on. Salute to the real.
Y'all do Judah is Christ. Hey, I've been walking on water because I'm Jesus. I seen the Israelites drowning, I think they need us. You said you a shepherd, what come and feed us? No, prophesying with your head covered up. I've been walking on water because I'm Jesus. I seen the Israelites drowning, I think they need us. You said you a shepherd, what come and feed us? No, prophesying with your head covered up. You say Christ your leader, I say you a lie. Right now we can talk about it, yeah, let's do or die. And my leader be right there in New Orleans, brother. But you telling me your leader somewhere in the sky. Hey, you can't show me your leader, you a false prophet. I think they just scared to confess the godly. Merciful, y'all Jew gave you hella options. You said the camps was the truth, don't make me laugh, stop it. John 14:6, now put that in your pocket. Since you was egging me on, let that sink right in your noggin. And you can't switch up on Christ, so this a QB option. And this time he got the Bible, cause y'all already tried. I've been walking on water because I'm Jesus. I seen the Israelites drowning, I think they need us. You said you a shepherd, what come and feed us? No, prophesying with your head covered up. I've been walking on water because I'm Jesus. I seen the Israelites drowning, I think they need us. You said you a shepherd, what come and feed us? No, prophesying with your head covered up. This is all or nothing, ain't no double up. I follow Christ, but at first I get God on my trust. My other friends turn to enemies, but when the Christ lifted up, I bet they change all of that energy. You scared to admit it, Christ, you don't trust God. It's the Last Supper, info is the food, dog. And all you're getting, you were supposed to get understanding. That's why we blame not before we examine. Take a leap of faith and say forget your pastors. Just because they Israelites don't mean they ain't no actors. I seen them boys change on me like another chapter. I should've knew what they was about by their excessive laughter. I've been walking on water because I'm Jesus. I seen the Israelites drowning, I think they need us. Who said you a shepherd, what come and feed us? No, you prophesying with your head covered up. I've been walking on water because I'm Jesus. I seen the Israelites drowning, I think they need us. Who said you a shepherd, what come and feed us? No, prophesying with your head covered up.
This is why everybody is prophesizing is false if they haven't been sent out by a Son of Man. Now, it clearly says in Colossians 2:18, they are vainly puffed up, speaking about things they have not seen. Now, people are out here preaching the kingdom because they are saying Jesus has sent them out. They read the book. Now, Jesus ain't sent them, but they read the book and they have a vain imagination of Jesus talking to them. And they go out and speak something that they haven't seen. So they prophesize false visions. Because you were supposed to prophesize off the word in the flesh, not the word in the book, because now you got your private interpretation of what you think the book is saying. That's why you read it. So now we understand why we must know what Christ said. Everybody that's prophesizing is lying.
Wow, I guess things are impossible now. It's not, but I can't keep dealing with these obnoxious crowds. All the voices that's in my head don't even tell me to calm down. They keep making it worse. Until I reject them, of course, I resist the lies. And lately these teachers been in disguise, fast asleep, and I mean all the way down to the third eye, to Christ arise by the name of Yahweh Judah and awakens the gods. I use the little G. It's a big deal, they play their cards wrong. We don't need jokers trying to belittle the king. My ace wasn't the real one, neither was my queen. So I'm back to fighting oppression, depression, and vain dreams. Back to God, cause at least me and him be on the same team. I chose the righteous road cause I was scared that even he might let me go, but he'll let me know the same way that he did before. On the beloved, the God, house of David, the real Jews don't play in that water to kill you. Remember the flood, where the Lamb of God is right here covered in blood, and the sword is way sharper than we all thought it was. And we've been violating them pages with them private interpretations, man. Come face the judge, y'all do Judah. Unlock the cell phones, turn on the computer. This is mapped out, you know it's easy for a voyager to lose you. Fast forward, now go back to the past and remember the future. A king shall reign impossible. In his days, Judah shall be saved. Call someone else Christ and they probably just turning in their graves. My apologies realities that didn't finish what the prophecies say. But it's not up for debate. Or we're in Babylon, perfect, the place where we were carried away. From here to Christ was 14 generations. So the place the king will really be born is right here in your faces. A righteous branch raised unto David, just like the statements. Y'all just Judah wasn't lying, the world's mistaken. All deceived by Satan, so now the Son of God has been manifested to break.
See, Christ will be a living vessel. Not the one that you imagine, not the one that you read about. But God will be manifested in the flesh. And this Son will be the one to reveal the mysteries from heaven. The kingdom is within. So stop waiting on Christ to come from the sky. Y'all do Judah is the king.
Yeah, knowledge about the masterpiece. I'm a prodigy, a part of me. It started me, gotta be the Messiah king. You are the kid, took a lot of me to be the son. Seen a lot of people, a lot of see the Lord being proud of me. They be proud of me, they doubted me, they doubted me. I found the king and not a dream and property. They gotta feed the sinners out of me, try to slaughter me. He thought of me, I was like dice rolling in the game of Monopoly.
Now we must understand, y'all, that the Roman Catholic Church is the only nation to colonize information and teach the world. No nation on the face of the earth have spread their religious ideologies to the world. Nobody but the Roman Catholic Church. So this doctrine of the Roman Catholic Church dates, history, stories, information we all been born into. When we gonna create the new? Well, in the scriptures we have a New Testament. So it's a new vessel that's gonna bring us a New Testament on behalf of God. That's what the whole prophecy is about. Because the whole world followed the false dates that the Roman Catholic Church set up. So they never changed the Bible, they changed the dates. And now the happening, you can't see it happening. Hey, I got a quick question for the leaders and teachers. If God gonna save us, which one of the teachers is proclaiming to be God? Last time I checked, none of them. That's why I told you I am he.
Somebody caught a fireman. Might rap till a nigga retire, man. OGs on the block respect me. On the young nigga keep it 2 T. All the young kid wanna be like me. I went up doing stunts like Rocky. I'm not being cocky. It might be the God key. I had to chill out, low key. Wasabi, don't copy. Even got your prophets waiting for us like lobbies. We pull up on the scene and then pull out like a car key. We got so much light that we the real Illuminati. Hey, I got the truth and can't nobody out here stop me. Haters got some envy trying to act like we just talking red. The skyline off the road, it was just a dream. Had to say, fuck the paper, God versus cream. I see the money later. Damn, nigga be thinking on Christ. Yo, old lady keep thinking on God. On the near, I chill about to lose myself. How nigga keep going so hard? How to put Satan behind my back? Don't even give a fuck where he at. Real weed only on smoke, no blast. I done DDT, these nigga diamond dollars back. Somebody caught a fireman. Might rap till a nigga retire, man. OGs on the block respect me. On the young nigga keep it 2 T. All the young kids wanna be like me. I went up doing stuff like Rocky. I'm not being cocky, it might be the God key. I had to chill out, low key. Wasabi, don't copy. Even got your prophets waiting for us like the lobbies. I pull up on the scene and then pull out like a car key. We got so much light that we the real Illuminati. I done killed the game, let me stack up on them bodies. Bitch, go back to sleep, you don't like Moses, you don't like me. Ran the skyline off the road, it was just a dream. Had to say, fuck the paper, God versus cream. I see the money later, damn. Nigga keep thinking on Christ. Your old lady keep thinking on God. I'm down there out here about to lose myself. I need to keep going so hard. How to put Satan behind my back. Don't even give a fuck where he at. Real weed only on smoke, no blast. I don't see the T deep, a nigga diamond on the mat. Somebody call a fireman. Might rap till the nigga retire, man. OGs on the block respect me. All the young niggas keep it 2 T. All the young kids wanna be like me. I went up those steps like Rocky. I'm not being cocky. It might be the guy key. I had to chill out.
Now, if the sheep is supposed to hear the voice, or if the sheep is waiting for the voice, then why do they tell us to study scriptures? Something to ponder on. Salute.
God made you strong, you but not quick for nothing. It's that strength that you can't go get from the gym or nothing. If they wanna drain your life, you but not give them nothing. I put all my hope in Christ, now it's righteous or nothing. Yo, money ain't got no sir, don't serve that. Supposed to be posted where the word at. Like check 10-4, yeah, I heard that. Y'all Jews what got real work at. And we taking over for the throne's sake. And looking like the toughest in the spirit, so we don't break. And really starting to taste so good, it's like it's homemade. This is spiritual war, not carnal. And you gotta pick a side what you gon' do. Only got one leader, I'ma tell you what I wanna do. Is be a friend of the world, cause I stay true. If you follow Christ, you should know the world hate you. And they ain't gon' play you, I'ma give you straight truth. Don't follow evil cause the world tryna taint you. And that ain't you, yeah. God made you strong, but not quick for nothing. This that strength that you can't go get from the gym or nothing. If they wanna drain your life, you but not give them nothing. I put all my hope in Christ, now it's righteous or nothing. If they claim it to be him and all them teachers bluffing, coming in the name of justice but don't know our substance. They don't believe in the lies, we believe in the 1 cent. I put all my hope in Christ, now it's righteous or nothing. Yeah, Satan trying to get you to lose. Stay I got way, you know he gon' make a move. Come and join the team, we'll watch over you. Y'all Judah made all things new. The one to remove the sin out of you. You get the spirit by the bam, by the boom. Just see this word and no spit out his food. As God manifested for you. Spirit in his hand like you. I'm sure you can feel the king true. Love God and love your neighbor too. The whole earth living next to you. And we share the world, peace should be the mood. The sea too hot for you and too hot for you. White horse sitting, none of y'all Jew. And we all gon' follow you. Yeah. God made you strong, but not quit for nothing. This that strength that you can't go get from the gym or nothing. If they wanna drain your life, you but not give them nothing. I put all my hope in Christ, now it's righteous or nothing. If they claim it to be him and all them teachers bluffing, coming in the name of justice but don't know our substance. If you believe in the lies, believe in the 1 cent. I put all my hope in Christ, now it's righteous or nothing. Yeah.
Breaking news, y'all. Breaking news. It should be breaking news. Nobody is addressing the Pope going into Africa and telling the African people that same-sex gayness is not against the law. Now, still to this day in Africa, it's a crime to commit gay acts. Some crimes even extended to 14 years prison time. I think this needs to be breaking news in America, because over here in America, they telling what African Americans, which is an African law, not to be gay. Don't forget your African mind. You are not American. We are African American. And we need to understand African law. A law to help us sustain life, not kill life. So yes, being gay is a crime.
Now your ass will probably be asleep. That's why Christ is here right now, making a bunch of noise. But you can't hear him. You can't hear him though, because your ass is throwing the pedal out. Nah, you still looking in the sky for something that ain't never coming. Not the way you looking for it. So you steady looking behind you instead of looking in front of you. Looking for a sign, looking in the sky. Only a wicked generation looking for a sign, but you won't get one. Nah, you won't get one except the sign of Jonas. And Jonas came from the earth, not the sky.
Grace and peace. I'm your brother Saint Zamor, angel of the Lord, Christ Messiah. Christ Messiah. And for those of you who don't know who the Christ is, who was prophesied to raise in the last days amongst his brethren, he goes by the name of Yaju Judah, which is probably why you didn't know, because the prophecy says that he would have a name written that no man knew but he himself.
All hail the king, all hail the king who sits by the throne, sits by the throne. God bless the child, God bless the child. Who can hold his own, who can hold his own?
I'm sorry, who resend the link to who?
Now, the truth is, nobody was supposed to teach the Bible. The truth is, the Bible has no private interpretation. The truth is, if you teaching it, you teaching your private interpretation. Because the truth is, the private interpretations come from your private thoughts that are only manifested from your teaching. Truth is. Now, the truth is one mediator between man and God. Truth is. Now, that truth, this truth, the truth, many people don't want to accept. And truth is, the many are the many teachers, the many pastors, the many philosophers, those who have studied these things. Truth is, these are the people that's killing or stopping or closing the door to the kingdom of heaven. So, truth is, we must accept
Peace and blessings, King.
the new song.
And Brother Danny. Peace, peace.
Truth is, the only way to accept the new song is what? You got to get rid of, or you got to stop listening to the old song and listen to the new song. Truth is, the old song is the information that come from private thoughts, private interpretations. Truth is. So I hope at the end of this video, you learn, and you have learned, what truth is about the Bible. That's what this video for. That's what this goal is for. Now, truth is, there will be nobody coming out of the sky. Truth is. Truth is, there will be, and there has been, someone raised up among you. Truth is. Truth is, every savior that ever came, that ever was sent by God, truth is, he came from among us. She came from among us. Truth is, no one ever came from the sky. Truth is. And the truth is, every man is a liar. Truth is. Every. Not one, not some. Now, truth is, every man that's teaching on the scriptures is a liar, because every man don't teach. But every man that's teaching on behalf of the scriptures will be what? A liar. Truth is. Now the truth is, I am who I say I am. And if I wasn't, why would I say I am? Because truth is, I've been doing this for 8 years. And it haven't benefited me in no way, shape, or form. I've been taking care of myself. Truth is. I've been feeding myself. Truth is. And I've been giving to others. Truth is. So me proclaiming to be Christ wouldn't benefit me. Truth is. So why would I say I am and be ridiculed for saying I am? Truth is. Now the truth is, you will have more validity if I was, on a high horse and everybody loving me and I'm just, got everybody following me and I'm just living off them. Truth is, you have a better argument, but that ain't what's going on if you know my story. If you truly know my story, then why would I proclaim this and get all this ridicule? Because I got credentials. I'm not just, truth is, I'm not just a nigga on camera talking because I want to talk. I can make way more money off camera. Way more money. Way more money off camera. So being on camera talking, truth is, don't benefit me. So I got a purpose. Truth is. So like I said, y'all, I hope this video was inspired to help my brothers and sisters understand what the truth is. Hope the Father has circumcised y'all hearts and ears for the message. Because I am the truth. Peace.
Peace and blessings. This is your brother Saint Zamar. Welcome to the Council of Christ Media, where we reveal the truth and unseal the prophecies. The title of tonight's broadcast is titled, Why the Teachers of the Bible Reject the Book of Enoch, Part 3. Okay? We are the Council of Christ. The day of the Lord is here. He that was prophesied to raise from amongst his brothers and sisters has risen. We are in those days. We are in that generation. The last days is here. We are Christ is walking the earth, and we are the saints and judges who have been chosen to gather the chosen leaders of God's government, of God's kingdom. So the wedding feast is at hand. It's time to make yourself ready, because the day of the Lord is here. Salvation is here. So with that said, many people have come to believe that they know God, or they can speak for God according to the scriptures, or what's written in scripture, or what's written in the Bible. But God is the Father of spirits. No one has seen his shape. No one has heard his voice. So you can't talk to a spirit. So the Father of spirits will make himself known, and his presence known in the earth. So it was prophesied that he would put his words, and that he would allow his spirit to be hosted by one man, which is the high priest, which is the one that's been chosen to speak for God and to host the Spirit of God. And this is that one who we witness to you, is Yaju Judah, the Christ, the risen Messiah. He is here, and it is he who we must hearken to receive the instructions and the command and righteousness from God. So with that said, the title tonight, once again, is why teachers reject the book of Enoch. Why the teachers of the Bible reject the book of Enoch. And so we're going to get into some of the scriptures again. Much edification has come out concerning that. It's written in the book of Enoch that these things are visions and prophecies revealing the last generation. Revealing the generation that Christ will be walking the earth. Revealing, when I say the last generation, I mean the end of days. The end of days for this system, for this kingdom, for the kingdom of darkness. So this would be the end of Esau and the beginning of Jacob, which is the beginning of the kingdom of light. All right, and that kingdom would be established by the truth that God would put on the earth. But also the book of Enoch revealing the judgment that would be given in these last days. Revealing the angels, the judgment of the angels, revealing a lot of things that people don't understand. So, with that said, I'd like to open the panel actually for the brothers and sisters of the Council of Christ, and open the panel up. And Lord, if you would like to speak, just go ahead and come right on. So I'm getting ready to open up the panel now so we can discuss tonight's topic. Brothers and sisters, did we have anything to bring out concerning tonight's topic?
I was just going to say that overall, I think pastors deny the teachings of Enoch because then they would have to explain the confusion. They would have to explain a lot of things that would make their doctrine obsolete or not worth listening to or following. So that's it.
Right. Book of Enoch is revealing a lot of understanding, information, and I can see why a lot of people, like I said before, I've heard people say, like, stay away from the book of Enoch. You got to do your research on that book and things of that sort. And when you read it, it's because it's revealing a lot. It first of all reveals that the Son of Man and that God would basically be interacting with His creation on the earth in a specific generation, which is the last the last days. So the book of Enoch is revealing a lot, and so I can see why people would say, like, stay away from the book, because it reveals Christ walking the earth. We're not talking about anything coming out the sky or anything like that, and so does the Bible. The Bible reveals Christ walking the earth in the last days, being amongst men, being risen from amongst men. But I think that the book of Enoch is a little bit more clearer, I should say. So what's anybody have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it would make sense, because that means the Son of Man wouldn't be some being coming out the sky, but He would be walking amongst us. So again, that would make them, their doctrine just not make sense.
Right. Definitely. Anybody else had anything to bring out or add on to the conversation?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's basically the truth. Like, it's like they're running from that book. They're already running from the Bible, the one they reading. So they definitely running from that one because that one really exposed and let them know what's really taking place in the last days.
And like I said, it's so clear. When the Messiah was just bringing out these chapters, I'm like, damn, like now, like I said, I get it. Now I get it why this is a book that's kind of pushed back. Because it kind of brings things in perspective concerning the prophecies. It brings things into perspective as far as things being organic and things not being in vain imagination, I would say. Because I know the chapters that we've read in the last two broadcasts about the book of Enoch, it doesn't talk about, it doesn't give you a vain imagination. It makes things clear concerning the prophecies and how God would be interacting with his creation through a man. It says things like the Son of Man, the chosen one, the elect one, which is the one that would host the Spirit of God, that would speak for God. So people can't wrap their mind around, it's hard for people to wrap their mind around, Christ just being a man, a regular man that walks amongst us, I don't know if I was making I don't know if I made sense. Basically, I'm saying that it's a little bit easier to understand when we go through the book of Enoch. It kind of like it kills like any room for like vain imagination, because it makes it clear. It just tells you a Son of Man will be walking amongst you and will be hosting the Spirit of God.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say too. Like it, like the reason that they reject it is because it's like a mirror. It's like basically having to look what you're doing wrong in the face and admit that you're the one who's doing it. And I had wanted to bring out a chapter, but I didn't get to bring it out from before. But it's like it's one of the earlier chapters, but I don't know exactly which one it is because like some were saying that it's like I don't know exactly what chapter, so maybe I don't know, maybe one of y'all could tell me which one it is. But basically it's the entire chapter, but it's not, at least I don't think it's that long, but it's it says they consider how the trees when they put forth their green leaves become covered and produce fruit, understanding everything and knowing that he who lives forever does all of these things for you, that the works at the beginning of every existing year, that all his works are subservient to him and invariable. Yet as God has appointed, so are all things brought to pass. They see too how the seas and the rivers together complete their respective operations. But you endure not patiently, nor fulfill the commandments of the Lord, but you transgress and calumniate. I think that's what that word says. Yeah, calumniate his greatness, and malignant are the words in your polluted mouths against his majesty. Yet withered in heart, no peace shall be to you. Therefore your days shall you curse, and the years of your life shall perish. Perpetual execration shall be multiplied, and you shall not obtain mercy. In those days shall you resign your peace with the eternal maledictions of all the righteous, and sinners shall perpetually execrate you with the ungodly. The elect shall possess light, joy, and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. But you, ye unholy, shall be accursed. Then shall wisdom be given to the elect, all of whom shall live, and not again transgress by impiety or pride, but shall humble themselves, possessing prudence, and shall not repeat transgression. They shall not be commanded the whole period of their lives, nor die in torment and indignation. But the sum of their days, one shall be completed, and they shall grow old in peace. while the years of their happiness shall be multiplied with joy and with peace forever, the whole duration of their existence.
Wow, what chapter was that, sis?
That's the thing. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but it was like the first one I came across. It was saying that it was chapter 6, but then there were other things saying that it was a different chapter. So I'm not sure exactly which chapter it would be.
In the book of Enoch?
But it said, yeah, it said that it was chapter 6.
Well, I don't know, because that was long, so I don't think it was 6. Maybe you got a different book. I'm not sure, but that was beautiful. Like, and people read between the lines. You can see that it was talking about the day people shall grow, the elect shall grow old in peace, right? And until the end of their lives. So we can see that, this doesn't sound like, a vain imagination of a float resurrection of people floating into the sky, living forever. You get what I'm saying? Or living living in the sky. It was just talking about organically living your days with wisdom, which is the wisdom on high, from above, and receiving wisdom and knowledge, and living out our life in prosperity and righteousness because of the wisdom. So like I said, people got these vain imaginations of just something magical happening, and everybody just floats into the sky. But this is talking about living on earth, So I don't know if that makes sense, but you see what I'm saying? Like, if you read between the lines, it's plain and clear.
Spot on.
Peace and blessings, King. Did you want to come on? Are we gonna go through some chapters?
Yeah, give me about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'll be ready.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, what you just read, sis, was very it was very interesting concerning this thing. It was interesting because it was giving us clarity of how we would live in the kingdom of God. It was simply talking about on earth, and with knowledge and wisdom, would be our righteousness, basically receiving the truth. These things are just basically organic and simple. So the fight to tear down these imaginations is now I can see why people don't want to deal with the book of Enoch, because it's like, is it not Hollywood enough for you? Is it not is it not giving you the vain imaginations that you're used to, I guess, so to speak? Anybody else got anything else to bring out? Sister Lena, did you figure out where that chapter was?
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know that they were saying that it was 6, but then there were like other chapters that were saying that there was a different chapter as chapter 6. So I'm not sure exactly, which chapter it was.
Oh,
I wish I could find out, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I gotta find that book. I gotta find that chapter.
Yeah, because in some books it said that that the book of Enoch only had 95 chapters, but then there's like another book where it said that the book of Enoch has 105 chapters. So I think that's like where the mix up is. Like some of the chapters are switched around, so I'm not sure like exactly which one it is.
So are we all like on the same page as far as Enoch is basically the parable for Christ in the last days. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So Enoch coming to judge the angels, to purify the angels, to all those things. These are all like metaphors and symbolic for Christ bringing the truth in the last day. Just wanted to throw that out there.
And I think but peace, family. Greetings to all those who watching. But I think we definitely we ought to read the first chapter again, just to give people or for those who haven't seen the first two lives, you could kind of get a foundation on what Enoch book is actually talking about. Because a lot of times we go in these books and we don't know the time, because dates have been added to God's prophecy. When God's prophecy was never supposed to be dated. And the changing of time is a part of the crafty counsel. So the book of Enoch referenced that everything he was speaking was not for that generation. It was for a remote generation to come. And that's one of the most important things in the book of Enoch, because like I said, we blind to God's vision. See, everything we talk about when it pertains to God belongs to God. Man only intervenes with God works and God's vision when he in the correct order, or when she is in the correct order. You don't intervene and change God's work. That's kind of what the devil did. So, and it blinded us from actually seeing the vision. So chapter 1 of Enoch explains crystal clear that this book is not speaking of historical writings. And if we can pinpoint Enoch visions with the visions that's in the Bible, and Enoch again supposedly come before all the prophets in the Bible, well then we're going to have to take the Bible as a book of visions. And then we can get to seeing or reading this Bible to see what God is actually doing in the earth, because we blind to it. God ain't doing nothing no more. Everything coming from the sky. But we read the book where God operated from the earth. This spirit operated from the earth. This spirit of God never operated from the sky. Never. So that's the crafty counsel that they got all of us under. Every religion is dealing with the sky. Whether they believe Christ coming down, whether they believe angels coming down, or whether they believe the stars in the sky, all that come from the crafty counsel. When the basic instructions let us know the basics. God gonna use what? The living. That's the first. That's one of the first things we need to understand when it comes to this prophet. Is God is gonna use the living. And I think, like I say, the first chapter of Enoch, really touch on that. So just to give a recap, y'all, because we have read a few chapters and kind of went over them. But again, the first chapter of Enoch gives a beautiful foundation of what we should be standing on when we deal with these holy books. A lot of people stand on false time. God don't deal with time that's been set up by man. God timing is God timing. That's why you have to be prepared for it. And that's really all these books for us, is prepare us for the day of God. These books don't connect you to God. None of these books say it was going to connect you to God. Their instructions are how you can connect to God when the day comes. Because we all waiting on that day. We all anticipating something, because we all been born in darkness. So I just think we ought to read that first chapter, to give people, for those who haven't seen, again, our first two broadcasts on this book. We did start with chapter 1, and I think this might be the last one because Enoch do have 3 books. And that's why I talk about the Son of Man gonna rise on 3 days. So Enoch was turned into Megatron. But like I said, that's something I'm gonna have to You know, I would have to kind of like skim over the book again. Like the first book of Enoch, I read 3 or 4 times. But the second book I did read a lot. The third book, like I said, it goes into a lot of parables, y'all, and that's why I meant we get lost in the sauce when it comes to parables.
What?
You know,
You
huh?
you said Megatron? Like what do you mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
transforming?
yeah. Like literally, Enoch's name is turned into Megatron in the third book. That's what his name is called, Megatron.
Oh, for
And
real?
that's why it blew my mind when you talk about Transformers.
That's crazy.
Transformers is made about us.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
I
what Transformers is
never
about.
all them. I'm a movie fanatic, and I never connected the Transformers to us. Wow.
Right now, man, I know people can see the transformation right before your eyes. The transformation is happening. You know, I'm living proof. Especially for those who have grew up with me, went to school with me, you know, from my neighborhood. You know, the transform is real. It's real. But yeah, but you know, and Enoch has 3 books, and in the third book, Enoch's name is changed to Megatron. You know,
So, do you think at some point that we can maybe get into some of those parables on here?
I don't know if we're gonna go live. We know, like I say, I have to go back over the book. I ain't read this book in. I ain't read the book of Enoch probably in about 3 years.
Hmm.
You know, especially the third book. It probably been longer than that. So you know, I just somehow had to go back over and you know and just because actually I got some stuff highlighted in here, but I don't know if it's for the ears of people who haven't studied.
Hmm.
You know, now you know, for as me and you or some or a few other people, we can go over. But you know, man, to the multitude of people, you know, the parables is better.
Right. I got you.
You know, for us to come do a broadcast on a secret book that most people don't have, we'll be talking over their head.
Yeah. All
We'll
right.
be talking unless you know bring it down to the simplest form. But you know, like I say, you know, the future we don't know what the future holds. You know, we're just moving according to the spirit. So, you know, we'll see.
For
We'll
sure.
see.
All right. You want me to get chapter 1?
Yeah. Let's go and bring it out. If ain't nobody else got nothing, I don't know what I interrupted.
No. We were just kind of like free flowing.
Okay.
But you do you plan to go through like you know a bunch of chapters tonight?
Yeah. We gonna touch. We got about 4 or 5 chapters. Close it out
Well,
with.
these chapters are kind of short, so that might go quickly.
I doubt it. Oh,
Okay.
I doubt it. I doubt
All
it.
right. Any of the family wanted to say anything before we get into the chapters? Anybody on the panel? All right. This is the book of Enoch, chapter 1. It says, it's written, the words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous. Wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed.
Now,
And he-
I ain't mean to cut you off, but anybody from the family that can find a scripture with tribulation in it. Because again, these are the small crumbs. See, we might come on here and give a whole bunch of bread from heaven, but then you'll leave some crumbs on the plate so you won't get full. So what you gonna go off? You're gonna go off and seeking for other food. You know, but when the food's so good, you don't leave crumbs on the plate. So when it comes to the Father's information, you don't leave crumbs on the plate. But these are these crumbs that we might just run over it. We'll see. We'll leave the part where it says who will be living in the day of tribulation. We'll leave that part out. It says who will be living in the day of tribulation. See, that's one of the most important things of this verse right here. You know, because that's what the Bible talking about, a day of our tribulation. Now, I don't know if you got to read the Bible to know we're in a tribulation. We might need to get that definition. What is tribulation? You know, what is truly tribulation? Because I know in the ghetto, I ain't never heard of tribulation. So I read the book. You know, so we gotta understand. Also, this is a ghetto gospel. So some of the time we gotta know how to talk to our people, and not just read scriptures like pastors did and like Hebrews do. Some people just want to read the scriptures. That's why it's a gospel. It's a gospel. You know, so I think we need to really understand what tribulation. So actually, I found one, and if anybody else found one, I found one in Revelation 7 and 14.
Oh yeah, I'm looking too.
I found
So,
John
huh?
16:33.
Say it again.
John 16:33.
All right, I gotta open the panel real quick. All right, go ahead. You wanted to read that? You want the sister to read that first, King?
Well, you know that's not really going with the prophecy. You know, we could read it because it does say tribulation, but it's not really speaking according kind of to the prophecy. The Revelation one is a little more dealing with the prophetic. You know, because I'm just trying to reveal the prophecy of what people might miss. So the one in Revelation 7 and 14.
Okay.
It's just a better one because it's kind of dealing with prophecy. Which John 6 and 33 is dealing with prophecy, but people are not going to hear it like that. Because again, they haven't accepted the bread from heaven. So they're not going to understand that John is speaking of the tribulation in the last days.
All right, I'll read Revelation 7 and 14. And if anybody else got something going along with the prophecy, then go ahead, bring it out. John 7 and 14. And I said unto him, Sir. I'm sorry, this is Revelation 7 and 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb.
So Revelation is talking about this tribulation also, right? Now we need to get the definition of what tribulation. You know, we need to get this definition of what tribulation, means. Because in Revelation it say they came out this great tribulation, right?
Right. All right, I'll get that. Tribulation. All right, the definition here says a cause of great trouble or suffering. A state of great trouble or suffering.
And they say this was going to be great. Revelation says these are those who came out of the great tribulation. Now, what is the book of Enoch connected to? Like we say, now we're going to get the reason why we took the time out to read this chapter again is to show you that Enoch is talking about a specific people. We read the Bible, a Pacific generation at a Pacific time. See, that's the part we miss, the Pacific time. And also what? Enoch is talking about the same thing. So I'm going to read another verse that's in the book of Daniel, where Daniel talk about this great, but Daniel just don't call it tribulation. It's in Daniel 12 and 1. Now Daniel don't say tribulation, but he say distress. But if we just read the definition, distress, tribulation is the same word. Same meaning, just a different word. You know, same meaning. When you are in distress, you are also in a what? Tribulation. And remember, it's the great tribulation. It's the great day. The great day of the Lord is the day of the tribulation. But see, we all in our mind, the sky gonna crack, moon gonna go black, and everybody gonna see this little bitty man. When I say little bitty man, he ain't gonna be over 7 feet. I remember had a brother told me Christ gonna be 12 feet with lightning coming out his own. He looked at me up and down. You know I'm slim, so he checked me up and down like this. You Christ, man, Christ gonna be 12 feet with lightning coming out his own.
Man,
this was a leader of a camp. So you gotta understand, like, we are so blind, and that's why I was saying this today. The people that's blind, man, we got common folk that hear our gospel in 2 days, 3 days they get it, 1 day they get it. But the scriptures let us know it's the prophets and the seers that's blind. It's the prophet and the seers that's blind. It's not the common folk. It's the prophets and seers that's blind. So we're going to get Daniel 12:1 again. We're just giving you precepts to show you how the book of Enoch go right along with the Bible. It's just man don't have understanding. It's not the book. It's the understanding that man has. So let's get Daniel 12:1.
and because they see, their sins remain. Because they see. Because they claim that they see. They claim that they already know and have the knowledge. So their sins remain because you're not receiving the knowledge of God, which is coming from the lips of you. So when you said that, I just wanted to put that out. Like, they see, they're blind because they can't see you. That's why it's written, only the pure in heart will see God. So yeah. But Daniel 12:1, and it's written, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
So this was a very powerful verse right here. It's very powerful. But it don't hold no power because what? Of the indoctrination that most people have when they read it. It say Michael gonna stand up. You say entertain angels because many people have entertained angels without knowing. Entertain strangers. Entertain strangers. Because many people have entertained strangers without knowing they have entertained an angel. So if an angel is a stranger, then it can't be nobody out the sky. It can't be nobody what? That's in the sky. Because Michael gonna take a stand. Now, if we knew the true meaning of Michael means the one who is like God. The one who is like God. That's what Michael means. So it says it's gonna be trouble at that time. But then it's gonna be a trouble like what? It never been since there was a nation on the face of the earth. So the thing about these prophets, they all seen the one vision. And then it said this is when we was gonna be delivered. Daniel didn't put 2,000 years right now that we was gonna be delivered. Ain't no dates when Daniel saying what? We gonna be delivered in 70 AD. So again, y'all, so we just reading this to show people, again, this book go right along with the scriptures. It's the understanding that man lack.
My Lord, we do have a guest by the name of Stardust Cell. So I don't know if you want to start the conversation now, or kind of wait till after we go through the chapters?
Well, we asked him how much time he has because we do have a lot of chapters we got to go through tonight to finish this third, the third podcast on the Book of Enoch. So I don't know if you have just a short question or you really want to dialogue and have a few questions.
Stardust, did you have any questions right now, or are you just listening?
Well, not right. I'm just listening right this moment.
Okay.
Right this moment.
Okay, brother. Well, we're gonna open up the panel after we go through these chapters. If you did have questions then we'll open up the panel then.
All right.
All right.
That's right.
All right. This is again the Book of Enoch, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the words of the blessing of Enoch wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angel showed me. Man. Which the angel showed me, and from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is for to come. So I saw.
I want to, because again, these are the two verses that we actually read in this chapter 4. Enoch seen the vision, but not for the generation that he was in, but for a remote generation. Now, a remote is something that you act when you touch a remote, you activate something. Like when you got a remote to your stereo, when you press the button, it activates power to what? The object is connected to. So if we connected to God, all God got to do is hit the button. That's all God got to do, hit the button. So this remote generation is when God decided to hit the button that no man knew about. And every prophet in this Bible is speaking of the remote generation. But that's one thing we don't know. Because Christ came and already hung with the generation. So Christ can't be walking and hanging with us. He already did that. But who lied to you and told you these things? Because nobody witnessed it. So right now, they are lying to us about time and twisting everything up. So right now, y'all, we got to understand what's really being said right here. This is the key to understanding God's prophecy, is the changing of time. They got a real bad echo. But go ahead.
All right, verse 3. For I saw, but and from them understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is to come. Concerning the elect, I said, and took up my prayer, my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. You gonna say something, King?
All right, go ahead. I was just, when you said count.
Yeah, I was tripping out too. It says, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp. It said appear from his camp. And appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. And all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. One thing. I'm sorry. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
I just find it interesting that all throughout the book of Enoch is saying what will be. You know, because people try to take teachers not wanting to deal with the book. It speaks a lot about what will be, what will to come. You know, so this is all about the last days. You know, it's not. You know, so people can twist the Bible and say, oh, that happened back then because of the wording or the way it's written, you know, pronunciation and all that stuff, but not understanding the visions and the prophecies. But right here, it's like clear that, you know, everything is talking about the last days. So you couple this with the Bible, now you can't get around that everything in the Bible is talking about the last days. You know, because the book of Enoch is pointing you to that. So it's like a reference. So now, once again, on this beautiful title, they don't want to deal with the with the book of Enoch. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, you're right.
In verse 6, in the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low. The high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. And the earth shall be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is up on the earth shall perish. And there shall be a judgment upon all men, but with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect. And mercy shall be upon them, and they shall all belong to God, and they shall be prospered, and they shall all be blessed, and he will help them all, and light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones. Those are those clouds. And behold, he cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all. To execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh, and all the works of their ungodliness, which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
I know that didn't say convict all flesh. That didn't say convict all flesh. I don't think did we read that right?
I'll read it again. It says, and to destroy the ungodly, and to convict all flesh.
So we got judgment upon all things, all flesh, and then we got conviction for all flesh. That gotta be the truth. That gotta be the whole truth and nothing but the truth. All flesh? You gonna convict all flesh? I mean, everything you thought you're gonna have to be convicted to be like, well, shit, I was wrong.
Wow.
You know how when you in court, someone convict you, you're a convict. That means you done something wrong. So we all convicts. We all was born in the darkness. Say the devil deceived the whole world. So once you hear the truth, you're gonna feel the conviction. It's judgment day. You supposed to. So in verse 6, when they say the high mountains will be shaken, what's these high mountains? These high horses. I'm a Moor. I'm Muslim. I'm a Hebrew. I'm an Israelite. Now mountains people standing on. Now they shaking. Because they couldn't prove what? Somebody who was calling themselves Christ wrong. They can't prove them wrong. So they shaking because they don't know what is. Because in reality, the scripture tell you, nobody knows the Son. They just talking, but they don't know the Son. They just talking. But when the Son show up and let them know who he is, what? It's going to shake them up. You know? So it says in verse 6, the high mountains will be shaken. These are these high mountains, y'all. And the high hills will be made low. All this is stopping us from sin. And will melt like wax before the flame. God's word is like fire, right? Mm-hmm. Say God's word is like fire. Is not my word like fire? You know, so a lot of people, these are these crumbs that's in this book. So a lot of people say they're sent by God. A lot of people say the Messiah. Is they judging all flesh? Is they convicting all flesh? Have they even put a council out that convict all flesh? These are the things we got to ask ourselves, y'all. You know, so you got to understand what's going on. These are these crumbs of judgment day we don't understand.
Did somebody in the on the panel have something to say? Okay. Also, King, when you said fire, well, the righteous are supposed to be baptized by fire, in the fire, but the unrighteous, I guess, will melt before the fire. So, it's interesting that the righteous are baptized in the fire, but the unrighteous will melt in the fire. So you can't sustain. God. You can't withstand God's word. You know, the truth. So that's pretty interesting. That the sword in your mouth is so sharp. It's fire. You know what they say. Doesn't like when you move so fast, doesn't it create like heat or something like that? When you move, like when
like when you rub your hands together fast, it creates heat. Any kind of, striking.
Right. So the sharpness of that is crazy. So the word from your mouth is like, it's fire, and we're baptized in it. We're baptized by it, baptized in that fire. So that reminds me of being precious metals, because it says a righteous man is like gold tried in the fire. Right? So we're like, so the righteous are like gold that is reformed or refined in the fire, but the wicked cannot withstand it. So that's why I guess it's written that they shall all melt. I just found that pretty interesting, man. This stuff is like, man.
Yeah, the book of Enoch, man. See why people run from it. But if don't nobody have no questions on the chapter or nothing, we'll get right back into it, y'all. We're gonna be in chapter 93. We're gonna kick it off in chapter 93, y'all. We're gonna walk it on down. It's 105 chapters, so.
You said for chapter 93?
Yeah, 93.
Okay, cool. All right. This is the book of Enoch, chapter 93. And it's written, after that Enoch both gave and began to recount from the books. And Enoch said concerning the children of righteousness, and concerning the elect of the world, and concerning the plant of uprightness, I will speak these things. Yea, I, Enoch, will declare them unto you, my sons. I, Enoch, will declare them unto you, my sons, according to that which appeared to me in the heavenly vision, in which I have known through the word of the holy angels, and have learnt from the heavenly tablets. And Enoch began to recount from the books and said, I was born the 7th in the first week, while judgment and righteousness still endured. I was born the 7th in the first week, while judgment and righteousness still endured. And after me there shall arise in the 2nd week great wickedness, and deceit shall have sprung up. And deceit shall have sprung up, and in it there shall be the first end. And in it a man shall be saved. And after it is ended, unrighteousness shall grow up, and a law shall be made for the sinners. And after that, in the 3rd week, as its close, a man shall be elected as the plant of righteous judgment. A man shall be elected as the plant of righteous judgment. In his prosperity, posterity, posterity shall become the plant of righteousness forevermore. And after, I'm gonna have to look up that word. I'm sorry. Do you mind? Or can we?
Yeah. Mine don't say that.
Okay, posterity.
Sound like prosperity.
It's posterity. Posterity is all future generations of people.
Okay.
It says the descendants of a person.
Oh yeah, future generations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about so Enoch ain't talking about our forefathers, huh? Enoch ain't talking about Abraham and none of them people. That's why we gotta understand, like, it's that remote generation. The generation that was gonna change the world.
So, posterity. So it says, a man shall be elected as the plant of righteousness, and his posterity shall become the plant of righteousness forevermore. So, like, basically his bloodline, his future generation.
Like the seed of Abraham.
Right.
Seed of David.
Exactly. Verse 6. And after that, in the 4th week, at its close, visions of the holy and righteous shall be seen. And a law for all generations, and an enclosure shall be made for them. And after that, in the 5th week, at its close, the house of glory and dominion shall be built forever. And after that, in the 6th week, all who live in it shall be blinded. And let me reverse it again. And after that, in the 6th week, all who live in it shall be blinded. And the hearts of all them shall godlessness forsake wisdom. And in it a man shall ascend, and at its close the house of dominion shall be burnt with fire, and the whole race of the chosen root shall be dispersed. The whole race of the chosen root shall be dispersed. And after that, in this, go ahead.
Well, the scattered people.
Yeah. And after that, in the 7th week, shall an apostate generation arise, and many shall be its deeds, and all its deeds shall be apostate. I know what that word means, but I want to look it up just for the sake of the chapter.
Yeah. We need. I don't know what that word means.
So, a gland surrounding not prostate. My search bar brought up prostate.
We ain't talking about prostate.
Let me see. Apostate. It's like something bad, I think. Okay, a person who renounces a religious or political belief or principle. So,
casting out all our idols, getting rid of all. That's the same thing Abraham did.
okay, but because I read in the Bible like, well, maybe that was a different word. Maybe that was a different word I was looking at. But it was something that was written talking about man will go from sea to sea, making apostates, or maybe it was a different word. It was basically making them worse than themselves. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I don't know the verse. I'm not familiar with this word apostate. But read the definition again.
It says a person who renounces a religious or political belief or principle.
You got a second one to it?
Yeah. It says abandoning a religious or political belief.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's okay.
All right. I'll get back to the verse. It says verse 10. I'll read verse 9 again. And after that, in the 7th week, shall an apostate generation arise, and many shall be its deeds, and all its deeds shall be apostate. And at its close shall be elected, the elect righteous of the eternal plant of righteousness, to receive sevenfold instruction concerning all his creation. Man, this sounds... For who is there of all the children of men that is able to hear the voice of the Holy One without being troubled? And who can think his thoughts? And who is there that can behold all the works of heaven? And how should there be one who could behold the heaven? And who is there that could understand the things of heaven, and see a soul or a spirit, and could tell thereof, or ascend and see all their ends, and think them, or do like them? And who is there of all men that could know what is the breadth and the length of the earth, and to whom has been shown the measure of all of them? Or is there any one who could discern the length of heaven, and how great is its height, and upon what it is founded, and how great is the number of the stars, and where all the luminaries rest?
Who has believed our report? To who has how Isaiah say, who has believed our report, and to who the arm of the Lord has been revealed?
Right.
You know, this is basically what Enoch saying this in a different parable. You know, who is this? These things have been revealed to. You know, and again, that's why it's called the Most High. The Most High is information now.
Now people will take, because it says who could discern the length of heaven and how great its height, but this is just talking about the complete understanding of wisdom, to be born of the spirit of wisdom. It's just talking about the complete understanding. That's why, you know, it talks about, you know, the seven seals. Also when it's written about so when it's talking about the measurement of heaven and all that, it's talking about the knowledge, the wisdom from the Most High. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I might have to read verse 98 because we're gonna jump over to 99. You know, but 98 is pretty good also, y'all. If we wanted to read it.
Okay. Chapter 98.
Talk about the foolish prophets.
Chapter 98, verse 1. It's written, "And now I swear unto you, to the wise and to the foolish, for ye shall have a manifold experience on the earth. For ye men shall put on more adornments than a woman, and colored garments more than a virgin." Dang. "In royalty, in grandeur, and in power, and in silver, and in gold, and in purple, and in splendor, and in food they shall be poured out as water. Therefore they shall be wanting in doctrine and wisdom." So they just having a fashion show, man. That's all the Hebrew camps come out to do, is have fashion shows, man. Who got the best? Who got the best fringes? Mitri.
Got the best outfit on.
Yeah.
Got the best outfit on.
It says, "Therefore they should be wanting in doctrine and wisdom."
Now the cold thing about that, they say they should be wanting when they should be resting. You know, but they still seeking, they still waiting, they still wanting. But they should be at rest.
They shall be wanting in doctrine and in wisdom. So that means that they ain't really, they just all about the fashion, man, the fashion show. Trying to pretend and act like they you know what I'm saying, they're godly. You know, like what does Scripture say, being a Jew inwardly, being a Jew outwardly and not inwardly. You know? So they just about looking the part, but they ain't really got the spirit. They ain't really got the truth to go with the part. So when it talks about they shall be wanting in doctrine and wisdom, they're not the real thing, because they ain't got the truth. They want for it. They have need of it, but they don't got it. But they play the part and they look like they got it, but they don't. Therefore they shall be wanting in doctrine and in wisdom, and they shall perish thereby together with their possessions. And with all their glory and their splendor, and in shame and in slaughter and in great destitution. Their spirits shall be cast into the furnace of fire. I have sworn unto you, ye sinners, as a mountain has not become a slave, and a hill does not become the handmaid of a woman. Even so, sin has not been sent upon the earth, but man of himself has created it. So man created it. And under a great curse shall they fall who commit it. And barrenness has not been given to the woman. Barrenness has not been given to the woman, but on account of the deeds of her own hands she dies without children. I have sworn unto you, ye sinners, by the Holy Great One, that all your evil deeds are revealed in the heavens, and that none of your deeds of oppression are covered and hidden. And do not think in your spirit, nor say in your heart, that ye do not know and that ye do not see, that every sin is every day recorded in heaven and in the presence of the Most High. From henceforth,
Presence, huh?
yeah, every sin is recorded. Do not think in your spirit, nor say in your heart, that ye do not know, that ye do not see, that every sin is every day recorded in heaven and in the presence of the Most High. From henceforth ye know that all your oppression wherewith ye oppress is written down every day till the day of your judgment. Woe to you, ye fools, for through your folly shall ye perish, and ye transgress against the wise. And so good hap shall not be your portion. And now know ye that ye are prepared for the day of destruction. Wherefore do not hope to live, ye sinners, but ye shall depart and die. For ye know no ransom. For ye are prepared for the day of the great judgment, for the day of tribulation and great shame for your spirits. Woe to you, ye abstinent of heart. Woe to you, ye abstinent of heart, who work wickedness and eat blood. Whence have ye good things to eat and to drink and to be filled? From all the good things which the Lord Most High hath placed in abundance on the earth, therefore ye shall have no peace. So is this spiritually and physically? Are we
It made you think, huh? When you say they eat blood, huh? They say they got some blood suckers out here. But that would be, in the spiritual sense. That's why I say the Most High has placed abundance on the earth. So right now, Antonio said it best. So much information. Who are they kidding? The table that's in the midst of your enemies. So it's really about the information. But people are denied this information that we have in abundance. It's just truth after truth, clarity after clarity, breakdown after breakdown, year after year, day after day. But people always refuse this and go to the outer darkness.
Yeah. All right. Verse 12. Woe to you who love the deeds of unrighteousness. Wherefore do ye hope for good hap unto yourselves? Know that ye shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they shall cut three of your necks, and slay you, and have no mercy upon you. Woe to you who rejoice in the tribulation of the righteous, for no grave shall be dug for you. Woe to you who set at naught. Woe to you who set at naught the words of five the righteous. Wait, I'm sorry. I was reading the number on an accident. Oh, that's embarrassing.
You're not getting a little deep, huh? You're not getting a little over here.
I'm sorry, K. Hold on. Let me read this again. Know that ye shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they shall cut off your necks. I was like, what? Why is it 3 necks? I was trying. But
I thought that was a translation.
No. Oh man. Know that ye shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they shall cut off your necks and slay you, and have no mercy upon you. Woe to you who rejoice in the tribulation of the righteous, for no grave shall be dug for you. Woe to you who sat at naught the words of the righteous, for ye shall have no hope of life. Woe to you who write down lying and godless words. For they write down their lies, that men may hear them, and act godlessly towards their neighbor. Therefore they shall have no peace, but die a sudden death. Man, that sounds like a rap song.
So, now you know how, we say we cut. The Hebrews love to say, man, you cut, because the tongue is a sword. So, but how I say that the sinner's going to be given over into the righteous hands. Just as we righteous and we given over what? Into sinner hands, how we be given over to the police, judges, and for the righteous people. Now, just if you want to see this in the physical, again, the kingdom will be given over to the saints. So, but like it takes away the hocus pocus. Like I know now, it do have some parables here that throw the average person off. And like I said, that's why these books not even meant for everybody. That's why I like to bring out the Moses writings, how Moses hid information. And I always tell the story when my partner had a book, y'all. He had the Encyclopedia of the Lost and Rejected Scriptures. We got the book at like the same time. And he ain't no church boy, none of that. He just a brother like me. But we got the book and he was reading, and he said it took him away from the Bible. And we say, man, I threw that damn book away, man. I wasn't even reading my Bible. He threw the book away. So that experience have shaped me, and especially when I found the scripture out when Moses had information, I'm like, well, damn. Not to say I hide information, but I brought all the books that I have. I let everybody know what books I have, but certain information just withheld. Even when Christ spoke in parables to the multitude, Christ didn't speak to the parable and speak to the people in scriptures. He didn't speak. He spoke parables, to make people think. Because if you're not well studied and you're not understand these holy writings, you'll easily take them left. That's like men. People say the Bible. What kind of God would you serve when God wants you to sacrifice your child? God don't want you to sacrifice your child. But when people read these books, even when they read the Bible, they get lost in the sauce. So actually, to me, what I know now, the Bible is no different from the book of Enoch. But if most people ain't never read the book of Enoch, they done read the Bible 100 times. They ain't never read the book of Enoch. So they'll easily pick this up and just go left with it. So this is literally what they're saying, y'all. We gonna this world, these sinners, these pastors, these leaders, all these people that's lying on behalf of God finna be handed over to us. That's what's finna take place, and y'all finna see these things. That's why they're gonna wear a lot of shame, a perpetual shame. So a lot of people have stood up in front of the world and taught about God. And every word they said was a lie. Their whole standpoint was a lie. So we ain't got no questions. We can get into chapter 99.
Does anybody on the panel have any questions, statements? I know there's somebody in the comments talking that stuff. If you have any questions or comments, you can come into the Zoom call and talk to us here. He said, I'm not even gonna repeat what he said. It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, you got any questions? CJD. You can click on the link in YouTube in the description and come into the Zoom and make your claims, your statements here, questions, whatever. All right, chapter 99. It's written, "Woe to you who work godlessness and glory in lying and extol them. Ye shall perish, and no happy life shall be yours. Woe to them who pervert the words of the uprightness. Woe to them who pervert the words of uprightness and transgress the eternal law, and transform themselves into what they were not, into sinners. They shall be trodden underfoot upon the earth. In those days make ready, ye righteous, to raise your prayers as a memorial, and place them as a testimony before the angels. And they may place the sin of the sinners for a memorial before the Most High."
Now, we gotta go back to verse 2 because I don't want to skip over that, because that's something, again, these things are being manifested before us. So verse 2, it said, "Woe to them who pervert the words of uprightness and transgress the eternal law, and transform themselves into what they were not." See, we wasn't sinners till we start speaking on behalf of words we don't understand. It's like, deep down you kind of know when you don't understand nothing, but you go on with the flow because of what it might, or what you might think the outcome is if you go with that flow. But deep down, you really don't know. That's why I've been sent to the hearts of men. I know they don't know. That's why they shouldn't be talking. What you talking for if you don't know? Oh, you like the best seats. Oh, you like to be heard. Oh, you like to be seen. Oh, you need to be with a clique. You know, that's what this is, literally. You know, but pay attention to what's being said. It said, woe to them who pervert the words of uprightness. What is the words of uprightness? God prophecy, God word, God will. This will supposed to make us uprighteous, not make us sinners. But people take these words and transform themselves into sinners. That's why the letter kills. That letter killed you, man. The letter kills because you read the book and now you made yourself a preacher and a teacher, and now you a sinner against God. You would have better just going to church and not saying nothing. That's not a sin. Going to church ain't a sin. The pastor the one that's sinning. You know. So the thing about what this really is saying, this showing you how at this time, at this appointed time, how many, like I say, we ain't never seen brothers like me teaching the Bible like this. Now this all over the world. We standing on corners, reading these Bible, think we working for God, we working for Christ, when we actually one of the biggest sin and stumbling blocks among the people. And we have transformed ourselves into that because of the darkness we are in. Got us tripping. You know, so like I said, that was like I said, these things are being manifested, y'all. I just want to see if y'all caught that.
All right.
Here you go ahead, brother.
Oh, you want me to read verse 2 again, or just keep going?
No, you keep going. You keep going.
All right, verse 3. In those days, make ready, ye righteous, to raise your prayers as a memorial, and place them as a testimony before the angels, that they may place the sin of the sinners for memorial before the Most High. In those days, the nations shall be stirred up, and the families of the nations shall arise on the day of destruction. And in those days the destitute shall go forth and carry off their children, and they shall abandon them, so that their children shall perish through them. And ye shall have, yea, they shall abandon their children, that they are still sucklings, and not return to them, and shall have no pity on their beloved ones. Damn. And again I swear to you, ye sinners, that sin is prepared for a day of unceasing bloodshed. And they who worship stones and grave images of gold and silver and wood and stone and clay, and those who worship impure spirits and demons, and all kinds of idols, not according to knowledge. All kinds of idols not according to knowledge shall get no manner of help from them. Man. That's crazy. It said according to knowledge. So these impure spirits, these graven images, people's minds, the defiled knowledge, all that stuff, man. This is clear, bro. It's so clear. I'll keep going. Verse 8. They shall become godless by reason of the folly of their hearts, and their eyes shall be blinded through the fear of their hearts, and through visions in their dreams. Through these they shall become godless and fearful, for they shall have wrought all their work in a lie. So those dead works, and shall have worship a stone. Therefore in an instant shall they perish. But in those days, blessed are all they who accept the words of wisdom and understand them, and observe the paths of the Most High, and walk in the path of his righteousness, and become not godless with the godless, for they shall be saved.
Ooh, ooh. That was a hard verse, y'all. Now, we got Christians tell you all kinds of ways to be saved, right? It say those who accept the words of wisdom. How do you accept the words of wisdom, y'all? Now, we know the words of wisdom, if we understood Virgin Mary, the words of wisdom, it wasn't going to come from a book. You know, and that's why it says, who walked in the paths of his righteousness. See, this is about a walk. It's about action. It's not about you reading the scripture. I was just watching the old Sons and Thunder video they did earlier. They did a part 2 to it. They were trying to convince me that you're going to get convicted for not following the book. You know, and like I said, this is the kind of darkness people are in. You know, when, again, you're going to have to accept God. You weren't going to have to read a book and know God. God is to be accepted. That's your free will test. You got a free will to accept God. You got a free will not to accept God. That's the real free will. But everything comes with consequences. You know, so, you know, it clearly says how you going to be saved. By what you accept. Go ahead, brother, man. That was a cold verse.
And it's been made easy, King. It's been made easy on what to accept. You know?
Yeah.
If people would just hearken on, I mean, who wouldn't hearken on to if a man is basically walking and speaking wisdom, and he tells you that, you know, I am he, and first thing you do is to reject him and fight him. You don't listen to him. You don't walk with him for a couple of miles to just see, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't, and because of the pride too. Like, brothers don't even give you like the time of day. You know, I say this. I say every brother that comes across hearing you speak or listening to you, they should give you at least a couple of months to just, you know what I'm saying? If you're saying something, it's like, man, it would behoove you. Meaning, bro, for your own sake, it's probably best that you just give this some time and listen, instead of you just right away. No, you ain't Christ. No. I got the information. I got the truth. It's because of that pride, man. The puffed up knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That yeast. You know. And it just doesn't make any sense. So what I'm saying is, it's been made easy because you have the witnesses telling you, you know, it's easy, but they just choose not in this time not to hear the voice of God for many vain reasons and much pride, and yeah. All right. So I was about to go to verse 11. It says, "Woe to you who spread evil to your neighbors, for ye shall be slain in Sheol. Woe to you who make deceitful and false measures, and to them who cause bitterness on the earth, for they shall thereby be utterly consumed. Woe to you who build your houses through the grievous toil of others, and all their building materials are the bricks and stones of sin. I tell you, ye shall have no peace. Woe to them who reject the measure and eternal heritage of their fathers, and whose souls follow after idols. For they shall have no rest.
No Sabbath day for them.
Woe to them who work unrighteousness and help oppression, enslave their neighbors until the day of the great judgment. How you slaying your neighbors? Because you lying, you telling lies. For he shall cast down your glory and bring affliction on your hearts, and shall arouse his fierce indignation, and destroy you all with the sword. And all the holy and righteous shall remember your sins. What a chapter.
Yeah. Huh? That's the end of it. Did want to read a full movie, y'all, but I think these will be some good chapters to kind of read over, y'all. Like I said, they just talk about, they give strength to the righteous and help you understand the unrighteous. But we gonna this will be the last chapter in Enoch 104. Like I said, it's another very good chapter. Again, it's gonna talk about what's being manifested before our eyes as we watch and as we listen. In these last days, these things are being manifested right before us. As we always say, bless those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So, Enoch 104, y'all. Actually, one of my favorite chapters when I was reading it. One of my favorite chapters. It's many chapters you can pull from the book of Enoch, y'all. So you really just can't have one favorite. It'd be impossible. But this is one, like I say, that really, really stuck with me in the beginning of my journey. So pay attention, y'all. We're in Enoch 104.
This is the book of Enoch, chapter 1. I'm sorry, the book of Enoch, chapter 104, verse 1. I swear unto you that in heaven the angels remember you for good before the glory of the great. 1. I swear unto you that in heaven the angels remember you for good before the glory and great one, and your names are written before the glory of the great one. Be hopeful, for aforetime ye were put to shame through ill and affliction, but now ye shall shine as the lights of heaven. Ye shall shine, and ye shall be seen, and the portals of heaven shall be opened to you. And in your cry for judgment, and it shall appear to you. For all your tribulations shall be visited on the rulers, and on all who help those who plundered you. Be hopeful, and cast not away your hopes, for ye shall have great joy as the angels of heaven. So when it says as the angels of heaven, is that making you think, like people think they look up into the sky, or is it stating you are the angels of heaven? Do you get what I'm saying? Like if I say, you shall be of good cheer as a man who is as a jolly man. So I'm saying you are a jolly man. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
You're just using the angels in heaven as a reference.
Yeah.
To understand, your joy.
So it says, be hopeful and cast not away your hopes, for ye shall have great joy as the angels of heaven. What shall ye be obliged to do. Ye shall not have to hide on the day of the great judgment. Ooh, and ye shall not be found as sinners. See? Ain't supposed to be hiding from God.
What did Adam do? Did Adam hide when he? And a lot of people understand that this Moses teaching. Adam hid when he heard God's voice. This is Genesis. But Moses wasn't teaching about no historical first man and woman. Moses was looking into the vision and to the secret that was shown to him as Enoch was showed these secrets. You know? So, again, right now, people are hiding. How you got a man on earth that's been proclaiming he Christ for 7 years and nobody came to see him? That's why I kind of respect, you know, a few of the foolish men, you know, there was leaders that stepped up. But they did it in the beginning. They just bagged out. They never came back to the scene. You know, because just what the scriptures say, they will hide. They hide from God's majesty. You know, so again, this lets you know Christ ain't coming from the sky. You can't hide from nobody coming from the sky because they looking down. But you can hide from somebody that's walking from the earth. That's what they doing.
Wow,
you know, and this is also written in scriptures. This is written in scripture, y'all. Isaiah 2, Revelation 6. They're going to hide from the majesty.
What you just said about hiding, why would anybody in heaven or the heaven that they see be hiding? So, you know, don't make no sense. It's talking about those on earth. It says, ye shall not have to hide on the day of the great judgment, and ye shall not be found as sinners, and the eternal judgment shall be far from you for all the generations of the world. And now fear not, ye righteous, when ye see the sinners growing strong and prospering in their ways. Be not companions with them, but keep afar from their violence, for ye shall become companions of the host of heaven. And although ye sinners,
but what you had to overcome, but because that was a cold verse, because a lot of people when that's why I say endure to the end. Because a lot of people have fell off in this mission because what? They couldn't endure. But this verse is showing you was going to see what? Sinners prospering. These instructions are not given to you because you're not going to see sinners prosper. You're going to see sinners prosper. But you have to hold on what? And endure so you could be what? Companions of the host of heaven. But you had to what? Hold on while you see what? Sinners prospering. And you might be tempted to say, well, shit, I might as well go over there. Or I might say, and the Matrix is the best example where that dude wanted a steak. He gave up his whole position because he wanted to eat a steak again. You know, he couldn't eat oatmeal every day. He wanted a steak. He just wanted to taste a steak. So he gave up everything to go back in the Matrix for a piece of steak.
Wow, that's Esau. Wow, that's Esau.
It's going on right now.
That's crazy. Because I didn't catch that part. But now that you said that, I'm like, wow.
The brother on the computer.
But now I'm like, now I'm almost positive that the lady when she wrote that part, I wonder what she's thinking about Esau. How he sold his birthright for a morsel of meat.
Yeah, cause it is connected to the Bible. So, like I say, man, you know, a lot of people understand. I don't know if she's from Great Britain, but a lot of these parables and a lot of these things, they get taught in higher learning. They don't get taught in really religion. You know, this kind of information get taught in higher learning. You know, so when you just a Christian Muslim and stuff like that, man, you don't learn these parables and stuff. You don't even go in depth into the word like this. You don't even begin to touch this kind of information. Unless you're really into the Gnostics and the parables and the real study of the scriptures. And there's very few people. Well, I can't speak for everybody. I really don't know, but I know you have to be a part of the higher learning to get into this stuff. But yeah,
Wow.
you will see sinners prospering in their ways, and as we see, but what? You see the suffering servant going through hell, catching hell. But that's why you had to have that gorilla grip. You got that gorilla grip over here. You can't let go.
Gorilla grip. See?
Gorilla grip.
I'm stuck on how you just kind of brought that out, that he went back into lies like a dog returning to his vomit. And he went back into the matrix, like you said, just for a piece of meat, some other doctrine, it's just like, man, bro. All right, verse 7. It's written, but keep afar from their violence, for ye shall become companions of the host of heaven. And although ye sinners say, all our sins shall not be searched out and be written down, nevertheless they shall write down all your sins every day. And now I show unto you that light and darkness, day and night, see all your sins. So read that again. I show you that light and darkness, day and night, see all your sins. Be not godless in your hearts, and lie not, and alter not the words of uprightness, nor charge with lying the words of the Holy Great One, nor take account of your idols. For all your lying, oh my goodness, man, this is getting clearer and clearer. For all your lying and all your godlessness issue not in righteousness, but in great sin. And now I know this mystery, that sinners will alter and pervert the words of righteousness in many ways. Man,
that's a mystery, huh? That's a mystery, y'all. That's why that scripture, every man be a liar, it's going to get stronger. It's going to get stronger, and it's going to get stronger, because it'll knock some people out, y'all. They got hit so hard, they didn't know they was even knocked out. Go ahead, brother, man.
It's written, for all your lying and all your godliness issue not in righteousness, but in great sin. And now I know this mystery, that sinners will alter and pervert the words of unrighteousness. They will alter and pervert the words of righteousness in many ways, and will speak wicked words, and lie, and practice great deceits, and write books concerning their words. Ooh. Man, I was just, man. Write books concerning their words. So not just all these books and all these Christian books, and what I'm saying, even the Hebrew camps, they've written books.
Yeah. But like I say, man, writing a form The spiritual writing is writing with your mouth. So that's why I say they're going to pervert the words of unrighteousness and speak wicked words and lie and practice deceits. This is the writing that they are doing. Because they speak in their word. That's the word we follow. We follow the word that's coming from the mouth. We're not following these books. And that's why when I read these books, I'm like, oh man, what? Why they didn't tell us this? Why they didn't tell us this? Why they didn't tell us this? Because we are not following. We're not following these writings. We following the writings that's coming from their mouth. It's called the inkhorn. And that's another parable that's in the book of Ezekiel. So like I said, we can look at it both ways. It's spiritual and physical. Which they also, but how they really pervert the words is by what they speak. And like I say, of course, they do got books and writings that also pervert the words also. So we don't want to leave it out there. So we just giving you the holy and common. But again, these are mysteries. And that's why everybody think every time you see a book of Jesus, oh, it's good. The prayer book is good. Man, all that stuff is deceit. That's taking you further and further away from what? The one true God.
So the true spiritual, the true meaning of the parables that we're reading are not physical, but they're spiritual. They're not literal. They're figuratively. So like the Messiah just said, when they're writing books, many words of unrighteousness in many ways. They will speak wicked words and lie and practice great deceits and write books concerning their words. This is all, like the Messiah said, this is all what people are speaking, the defiled knowledge. So that's something to, take in. These are the true spiritual meanings. So we're not literally talking about books. We're talking about it's what comes out of a man's mouth that defiles him. Right? So, verse 11. But when they write down truthfully all my words in their languages, and do not change or diminish aught from my words, but write them all down truthfully, all that I first testified concerning them, then I know another mystery, that books will be given to the righteous and to the wise, to become a cause of joy and uprightness and much wisdom. So I'll read that again. Verse 11, but when they write down truthfully all my words in their languages, and do not change or diminish aught from my words, but write them all down truthfully, all that I first testified concerning them, then I know another mystery, that books will be given to the righteous and to the wise, to become a cause of joy and uprightness and much wisdom. And to them shall the books be given, and they shall believe in them and rejoice over them. And then shall all the righteous who have learnt therefrom all the paths of uprightness be recompensed.
Now these are mysteries, y'all. Mysteries. And it's funny how mystery was put on each one of these, topics. The mystery. Because it's a mystery right now to know every man alive. And they talk about the Lamb's book. Again, this is what this is referring to. Like I say, we are the books. That's why the God of the living. God is not in no book. God dwells within us. But like I said, these things can also be looked at spiritually and physically as a priest divide the holy and common. Now, of course, we know common books. We read from common books. But we also read from holy books, which is really us, because we supposed to be the holy people that come with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit don't go inside of a book. That's why these letters kill you. So again, y'all, like I say, these one of my favorite chapters. This helped me understand a lot. It said a lot, and it spoke on these mysteries. And basically, like I said, like stuff was perverted, stuff was changed. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you read. Because these are mysteries that people just don't want to what? Let every man be alike. People don't know. You think if people knew everybody was lying, you think we'll be arguing right now? No, that's why it gotta be the one truth that come into the earth to remove deception. Because all we're gonna keep saying what? Well, I'm gonna teach my little part. It ain't no such thing as teaching a part. It's one body, one God, one truth, one loaf. Now you can do your part, but you can't teach your part. Teaching and doing is two different things, y'all. And remember, you're only supposed to teach what you do. You don't supposed to teach what you read. That's another thing they got this world in. You don't teach what you read. You teach what you do. That's the only thing you can teach. So, of course, you knocked out some more chapters.
Makes complete sense.
So y'all, we can even say we are the generation that have, I don't think you ever heard your mom and your daddy talking about the book of Enoch. You ain't heard your grandma talk about the book of Enoch. Damn sure ain't hear your pastor talk about the book of Enoch. So again, even though, we can look at this in a common way, certain books have been given to us to open our eyes. But the people who really open our eyes is those people who come with the message, the living vessels, the living books that come to you and open your eyes. These books is gonna clarify. Again, that's why I say these books are for doctrine. Like if someone teaching you a doctrine, you be like, man, why are you teaching that? You give them the scripture, you'll be like, okay, all right, I got you. Real proof, doctrine, correction. So like I say, y'all, that's the book of Enoch, y'all. I hope y'all was able to get a lot of information. Like I say, I try to go through the chapters that really manifest the things that we are actually a part of and experiencing, so we can see this prophecy again that's unfolding right before our eyes. That's why a lot of people don't really deal again, and we say it over and over, with the book of Enoch, because the Jesus, the Christ, everybody got the Christ story twisted. Everybody got it twisted. Everybody on the face of the earth, no matter what religion you're in, no matter what school of thought you're coming from, you got the doctrine of Christ twisted. And this is the only thing they changed when they deal with the prophecy of God. They added time, and they told you Christ came so they could tell you how Christ is going to come back. If the same people told you Christ came already, these are the same people that's telling you how Christ is going to come back. It's all a lie. Christ never came, and Christ ain't coming back the way they tell you. God don't come back that way. In the book of Enoch, make that argument very, very strong. Again, the book of Enoch make that argument very, very strong about anybody coming from that sky. And that's what, the powers that be never wanted to do. They never wanted nobody to argue. They never wanted nobody to challenge. They wanted you to what? Accept it.
It's definitely it definitely has brought out a lot of clarity, King. Definitely putting things in perspective and kind of making there no room for vain imagination. That's what I feel is the book of Enoch is making no room for vain imagination.
Right. It's not, man. It's crystal clear. Like I say, they got a lot of parables in there that most people get lost in. They got the one where the angels came down and had sex with the daughters of men. Because when I first got the book, man, I had brothers saying, God don't want us to have sex. And when you just a babe in this and you hear things like that and you really want to please God, you might stop having sex. Because angels came down and slept with the daughters of men. So you'd be like, well, I'm an angel. I don't want to sleep with a woman. And we'll take these things and pervert our minds, because that's why the letter kills. Because anybody can't pick that up and they gonna see angels came down and slept with the daughters of men. And that's why there's a lot of hate between a man and woman, especially in the Hebrew camp. If a woman ain't doing it according to a man's eyes or in his perverted mind, he begin to hate the woman. So again, reading can really pervert the mind in so many ways, y'all. And that's why, again, these books are really sealed. Because I went down the journey. And that's why I say this wisdom was actually bestowed on me by God. Which is why I'm able to do the things I do. That's why I come in the Father's name. I don't come giving myself praise. No, my works give me praise, because what I'm doing in the Father's name, so the true Father can get praise, not the devil, not deception, not the idols that we praise. So just like everybody praise Jesus because based off pastors and leaders that teach about Jesus, well, I'm teaching about the Father. So if you accept my message, you're going to praise the Father. I don't accept praise from men, so you ain't going to praise me. I ain't that kind of dude anyway. So that's really about what's about at the end of the day, y'all. Just as wisdom was bestowed upon Solomon, wisdom was bestowed upon me. To bring forth and put a cap on all the evil spirit. That's my job. And I'm putting a cap on them. I'm putting them all in the bottle and sealing them tight. I need to get the book of Enoch. I never read it. Yeah, man, it's a very, very powerful read, man. A lot of these lost books, man, are very, very powerful if you don't let the devil really into your mind to make you against God. See, we mad at the books because we should be mad at man. Nope, the Bible ain't never told you nothing. You know how some people so mad at the Bible because the Bible twisted their mind? It wasn't the book. It wasn't the book. It was man that gave you the book. It was man that informed you about the book. And since you was informed wrong, every time you open the book, your whole standpoint is wrong. But like I say, these lost books, man, are good reads for the right people. They're a good read for the right people. So yeah, if you feel this for you, man, I definitely get it and read it. Enoch got 3 books, not just one. He got 3 of them. I really suggest getting 1 and 2. Now 3 gonna kind of go over your head, but 1 and 2, that's kind of within our groundwork. So actually, the second book of Enoch is kind of like the first book. It reads similar to that. So it ain't that it ain't that bad. That third book though, it really get into a lot of, because the book of Enoch is closer to more of the ancient writings. So when you get to the third book, it kind of go into a lot of the. You can see the translation was kind of hard. But get the book, y'all. Any questions? I know you say I don't know if our guest still in here. We got any questions?
Nah, he left a little bit ago. Nah, we ain't got no guests at the moment. But I was gonna say, family, everyone in the council, does anybody want to, add on to today's what was brought out? Anyone have anything to say? I was just gonna say real quick. You was talking about, it's hard for people to understand, but like you said, it's for the priests to divide the holy things and the common things.
Correct. As Moses divided the waters. That's what we're doing, y'all, dividing this information for you. So you can stand on solid ground, because if you dive in this water with these books, you will drown. You know, so we just departing the waters for you, so you can get to the other side, y'all.
Sir. Well, panel's open. The panel is open. Family, that was those were some good chapters.
Book of Enoch got everybody quiet. Man. But so yeah, y'all, that was it, man. I guess the next live we might try to get a popcorn going for the people that's been watching. Hopefully we can get something going where we talking and few people come in and act with us, y'all. You know, like I say, y'all, we not up here to have church. We up here to gather the elect. So this message is to help the elect understand the calling. Because at the end of the day, this is a calling. This is not a teaching moment where we have in class and we coming on YouTube, you know, to hold class where you join. No, this is really Judgment Day. And I hope everybody paid attention to how much time Enoch talked about judgment. So a lot of people forgot about Judgment Day, and we just quote scriptures. You know, we just quote scriptures. What a judgment at? You know, God brings righteous judgment. You know, so that's how you even understand if somebody really sent by God. Is they with the judge? God raised up judges. So, you know, this is not even a real time for teaching. This is a time for law and order. You know, this is a time for putting an army together. Those who gonna speak the truth and fight the lies. You know, in the law and order of God. That's really all it's about, y'all. So don't get this confused and think we really up here to put in work to come here every, you know, on the days we come here to do a YouTube like that. We want our people to really understand this is truly a calling for the elect and righteous to build God's kingdom, because the kingdom is being given over to the saints. You know, so you ain't gonna help God build the kingdom. So again, these things, y'all, we have to consider when we are hearing this message, because like I say, this is a message like no other. This is a very profound message. It's a lot of people that might look like this, but I told you they was gonna have twins. They're gonna have a Jacob, they're gonna have an Esau. They look alike, but they totally different. There's one in the field and one in heaven, which is true, which is our real home. You know, so just understand that, y'all, for those who are watching, man, you know, understand this is a true calling. We do have a petition. You can go to the website. Yaju Judah is actually behind me. I see I got it chilling up there with me. You know, again, this is more proof to let you know judgment. This is not, you know, organization you finna come learn from. We do have the gospel. We do have the truth. We do have the mysteries. And we are the trumpet. But at the same time, we are really not teaching. We are revealing things to those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. You know, and again, we taking our kingdom back. So support the petition, y'all. Like I said, you can go to the website, yajujudah.com, support the movement. You know, but if we don't really have too much, y'all, you know, I'm gonna give me a little, you know, digress. I'm gonna stay on here for about 10 more minutes if we ain't really got nothing to go. Floor is open, y'all. Floor is open.
Thank you, King. Panel's open, brothers, sisters. Is there anybody in the comments that wants to come up? Anybody that brothers may be talking to in the comments, or sisters? Encourage them to come up. Yeah, so this book of Enoch was definitely it's definitely something that I can see why people would try to have you stay out of it. And I just can't help but remember that there's people that actually told me to stay out of it.
Lack of understanding, man. Lack of understanding.
So next, the next run, you wanna just kind of open the floor to just kind of all conversate.
Yeah. We're gonna try to do a little popcorn. If we ain't really got a good title, we do some popcorn. We still got to put together, the Council of Christ or the Council Not Say. I really want to do that one too.
Yeah.
I think that can bring a good conversation.
Is everybody
So
ready?
I think they're gonna be kind of like popcorn style right there. Cause like I said, it's gonna be information that can come out that we could research and everybody can bring their part. For those who know about the Council of Nicaea, because I actually wanted to bring, because I never really looked up the Council of Nicaea like that. It was years ago, I looked it up, but I never did no thorough research, to really connect the dots and all that. See, I didn't, so when I go look it up this time, I'll be coming at it at a different angle. So I might see something that connected something, just might have a better conversation with it. Because, a lot of people try to say the Council of Nicaea came, I don't know what date, but they try to say it was 7 AD, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's a full date. They try to throw off with the Council of Nicaea, but
Right.
I don't think it's that. So we actually might be able to go find the people. I just like the Berlin Conference. It's like these people, the Berlin Conference in the 1900s when they redid Africa. So it's just showing a lot of people, man, just to help people get out of that false time, that devil time, and get into the Most High time. So
Right.
get our get our nation in tune, y'all. It's time for us to build our nation, y'all. We've been talking for too long. I've been fed up with speaking, y'all. It's time to do.
There's a question, I guess in the comments. I guess C Wounded Knee is asking, honest question, why a petition as opposed to an edit or edict, decree or order?
Well, it's the same thing. The petition I only started because people didn't understand what I was doing. So a petition was to bring awareness to what I was doing, why I was doing it. And once I found out a lot of treasure was looted from Ethiopia, again, it was more of an idea that I thought people would catch on to understand what this movement and what this prophecy is really about. The petition I only started because people didn't understand what I was doing.
I'm sorry, King. He's on here right now. So you can keep talking and then I'll unmute him.
All right. So yeah, that's what the petition was about, man. But the petition is not the sole mission of jump starting, this process. We are the jump start of this process. So the petition, like I said, is really to bring awareness to what I was doing, because by me reading Bible verses and all these things, People, just mix me up with an Israelite, a Hebrew, or just a YouTube, a TikTok teacher. So the petition I thought would give me a little separation, help people understand the mission, help people understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just bring awareness to something. So that's what the petition was for. Man, we got other things, on to come up.
Okay, wounded knee, Chef Wounded Knee. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what brings you on the chat? I'm sorry, on the broadcast tonight. Wounded Knee. Can you hear me?
He might be muted, huh?
Yeah, you gotta unmute yourself, Wounded Knee. When we see you, but we don't see your face. See your. Did you come on to like ask a question or engage in conversation? Once again, Chef Wounded Knee, did you have a question or comment?
I can't hear you, brother.
All right. Well, if you got a question or comment, just go ahead and unmute yourself, and we'll be right here. We'll be on for probably about another 10 minutes or so, but if you got a question or comment, you might want to go ahead and unmute yourself now and engage. But other than that, that was a powerful, some powerful things that you brought out, Lord.
Enoch got some heavy weight in there. Enoch got some heavy weights.
He said decree or order. You well, it's on the up and up.
Like I say, the petition, man, is not. I think we know what to do. The first thing we have to do is get in order, get our people in order. So that's what I've been focused on. Get my people in order. We got, once the body is formed, then again we will be heard. That's why I say, won't nothing happen until the rest of the fellow brothers get killed as we were. The rest of the fellow servants. So a certain number has to be fulfilled before we can even set up our government. I can go make a degree, but I ain't got my people not behind me. So who I'm gonna put in the seats of government? I'm gonna keep the same people in there. So the main thing that we have to focus on was us getting in order. These things could be, man, if we was to form order right now, nations will come running to us. As what we finna see anyway. So the thing wasn't about us putting the correct paperwork in. The thing was about us really getting in the correct order. We got all the tools. We just don't have the unity. The tools are there. It's a big old toolbox with a whole bunch of tools, but one man can't use all the tools at one time. So what? We need other bodies to use the rest of these tools to get the job done. So these things are in the making, man. We have the plan. We just ain't got the people.
The harvest is plenty.
They are slowly coming. Huh?
The harvest is plenty.
One man can't use all the tools at one time. So what? We need other bodies to use the rest of these tools.
So, Chef Wounded Knee, you back?
I might be unmuted, man. Am I unmuted?
Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I only asked the question because, as I understand it, a petition is a request to a higher order, whereas an edict, a order, those things, those are like the higher order giving the instructions, I guess, or giving the orders. And we are the higher order, correct?
Well, we're not the high order. We taking it back. So, you know, a petition is just the same thing as a decree. We're not really, you know, more. I know some people look at petition as begging, but it's actually a petition is to make your case be heard. So if you got a case and it's not backed up by nothing, you make a petition so you can back your case up. You know, that's really what the petition is really about, backing the case up. It's not really, you know, I got the simplest way I can say it. You know, but even when you do a degree or something, like I said, you got to have your people behind you. It still take the people to be behind you. You know, so by me wearing the title as Christ, I first was going to be rejected by the chief priests, scribes, and Pharisees. You know, so I first was going to have to suffer before I do anything. So actually, when I made the petition, it was just to bring awareness because of the situation I was running into when I speak to my brothers and sisters. Now, I thought you was Israelite. I thought you was Muslim. Oh, you doing that? I'm like, man, I said I put out tons of videos, but people still couldn't hear. So when I created the petition, it could bring awareness to what I'm actually doing, so my brothers and sisters can come forth. You know, so we can, you know, declare and degrees and declarations. All these things can be put in place there.
Follow you. I follow you.
You know, so my walk, man, is totally different by the person I'm proclaiming. You know, if I was with an organization, you know, that'd probably be a little different. But the things I'm proclaiming, I had to first bring awareness to get the right people to put in the right paperwork.
Overstood.
Got any more questions for me, brother, man?
I'm just following, bro. I do follow you on TikTok.
All right, got you. Oh, yeah, so yeah, you learn. Know what's up.
So yeah, I mean, I totally agree with what you're doing, though.
Huh?
I totally agree with what it is that you're doing.
Okay, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. We need, man, we need our brothers and sisters to come forth, especially those who understand, man. It's our light, it's our shine, and I say it's our world. You know, and when we get in order, we inherit it. The world is our inheritance. But just as our parents and mothers won't give nothing over with us, if we some bad children, we some bad kids, we ain't gonna get the inheritance. Shit, they'll save it for another generation. You know, and that's just like, so man, we know we just form this order so we can receive our inheritance. You know, that's what this is at the end of the day. So I know since you've been on TikTok, man, you know what it is, man. You know, just continue to listen. You know, and when it ever sparky, you know, we here, brother. We here, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm definitely with you. I just think it's unfortunate that you know, how people think that we can get remedy within these systems, and so we keep trying to gain remedy within these systems, and we keep getting slapped upside the head every time, every 4 years. Over here, anyway.
Yeah. That's why we generation, we gonna make it change. We gonna make it change. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming up, following, man. Like I say, man, keep in touch with us, man, and you know, join this Justice League, man. Join the Justice League, brother.
Absolutely.
We've been on here for a while, man. I'm a digress because I'm trying to get up early in the morning, get back to it, y'all. So I'm gonna digress with
Yeah,
that, but the family
I'll
might
be in your
stay up.
next live, bro.
What'd you say?
I say I'll be in your next live. I'm usually in your lives.
All right, all right, all right,
So
brother,
yeah,
man.
man. Peace. Appreciate your works. You know, keep fighting a good fight, bro.
We'll do, brother, man. We'll do. We can't stop. It's in our DNA. So with that being said, y'all know family, I'm gonna digress on that. I'll talk to y'all a little later. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, King.
I'm out. Peace, peace.
All right, family, y'all still there? Anyone on the panel?
Yep.
All right, so I'll probably keep the panel open a few minutes and then play us out with a little music and then catch us on the next one. Uh, Chief Wounded Knee. What's your name, brother? Or is that your name? Oh, he left already. Okay. All right, family. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Then I guess I'll catch y'all in the AM. All right, peace and
blessings.
peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Oh, I thought y'all was asleep, man. Y'all been awake the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I'm here at work.
Hey, did you hear the Messiah speak about the? He said the gorilla grip. We was just talking about that pull.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of walked away for 1 second because I'm at work.
Oh, okay. Where you work?
Can you repeat it?
No, he was just saying he was just using an analogy and he was talking about having a gorilla grip, holding on to the truth. So that was just confirmation that we kind of going in the right direction with the King Kong having a gorilla grip on the beast, the four-headed beast, and then maybe the lion or something else.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's dope.
Yeah. Where you work at, sis?
I work at a retirement home.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Yeah, I had a long day at work. I'm a handyman, so I kind of do like little odd jobs. But I'm tired.
Okay. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm kind of getting ready to leave the overnight shift. I've been doing it now for about a little over 4 years, so I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do the night shift. I'm cool with that. But all right, family. If we ain't gonna, converse, then I guess I'll go ahead and shut it down. So peace and blessings, and I'll catch y'all in the AM. Play us out with some Yaju Fire tunes.
Peace and blessings.
Peace, peace.
I'ma keep going like you know I got to. My mind say feeling they tryna stop. You the child of God, why they wanna block you? Trust in who you know he got you. And listen to lies, I'ma listen to the truth. I'm a bit dog on these tracks, I said the roof. Christ on earth, he himself is the proof. They done crossed me up, but forgot to tie their shoes. I guess sometimes just to win, they had to lose. Is the earth full of nice fakes? I'm mad confused. When you sin against me, ain't feel no love from you. That was cold. I was stuck in a life, ain't even know what to do. That was cold. Besides, put my trust in God, that shot you. There you go. Niggas hating on him, shit, I be jealous too. Let that sink in. The jealousy seat that man in. They shut up the kingdom of heaven. Pharisees is why you can't get in. I can only lead you to the voice. Anyone against him, I kill the noise. Go to work on the beat, I am employed. It's the reason that I do this, and y'all know it. I done told them one time that I'm God poet. Yeah, they probably say they beat me, but they can't show it. Any judges that they have, I overthrow them. I get on the track like a locomotive, and I do it for the city, got locomotives. I just want to crown before the feeling over. I just want to crown for the feeling over. What does it take to be approved? I need to hear the truth from you. Cause I don't trust none of these dudes. I don't even think they got their trust in you. I got the mark of the God, or am I doomed? Do my rivals even know the truth? House of David, yeah, I'm a real Jew. These God answers that they ain't never knew, yeah. Who I got it from, you can guess who. Is this temptation here just to test you? These are the things that we have to suffer. Why? Cause even Christ has to suffer too. Backstabbing seems to be in the air. But if you stand from the front, you still don't care. They just wanna make me pull out my hair. I guess being this holy just isn't fair. I'ma double up like you know I got to. Yeah, I'ma please God like I am Yaju. Yeah, I'ma tell myself, they can't stop you. Yeah, they envy me, you can say that's my truth. Yeah, I'ma double up like you know I got to. They stop you. Yeah, they envy me, you can say that's my truth.
Confusion of language, which is information. Now, we're supposed to worship God in spirit and truth. But it's a million people saying they got the spirit. But nobody, there's no unity where it's one truth. It's division amongst the Muslims, it's division amongst the Christians, and it's division among the Hebrews. It's division among the Catholics. So, it can't be everybody got the spirit. So actually to worship God in spirit and truth, Christ is the one that raised up by God to have that spirit where we all go to get that one truth. Numbers don't lie. You cannot teach if you can't tell me where the firstborn is. That's why numbers don't lie. Now, if anybody teaching and they can't say that's the firstborn That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. They're a liar. Numbers don't lie. Where number one at?